let's get into this next story because it was interesting. Luke
Okay.
was sending me some stories this morning, and there were quite a lot of stories. Nothing that really to me caught anything I wanted to lead the show with. And to be honest, I didn't know if I really wanted to lead this one, but I was like, it could be an interesting conversation of kind of like the what ifs of what was going to happen with PLagueis. You guys know, and I'll be honest, like for the majority of I did not like the Acolyte, the TV show, but there was that moment of seeing PLagueis. I was like, oh, okay, what are we doing here? And then it's the fact he was just kind of a creepy weirdo in the back in a cave, and they didn't really give him anything to do. It was just kind of like as they say in wrestling, a cheap pop.
Yeah.
But there were plans for him, clearly, and here is said plans. The Acolyte showrunner reveals the scrap plans for Darth PLagueis and Manny Jacinto's Sith Stranger. Okay, so let's see. This is from comicbookmovie.com. In a new art book for canceled Disney Plus series The Acolyte, showrunner Leslie Headland reveals the plan would have been for Manny Jacinto's Kimar had the show continue. What was his name in the was it? Is it? Oh, where'd John go? John's gone. Perfect. Amazing. All right, he'll be back in a second. Last August, we got word that Lucasfilm Disney had decided not to move forward with a second season of Acolyte, despite several major storylines and character arcs being left unsolved by the end of season 1. The announcement was met with a mixture of indifference and disappointment, but it soon became clear that a lot of Star Wars fans and some actors involved with the show were surprised by this development. The season concluded with Osha, I forget the names of these characters, murdering Jedi Master Soul and embracing the dark side by joining with Khmer the Stranger as Darth PLagueis, as revealed in the mysterious Sith master behind Khmer's decision to bring down the Jedi Order. Now, there's a new book, The Art of the Acolyte, reveals what fate would have led ahead for Khmer and his master had the story continued beyond a single season. According to Leslie Headland, Khmer would have become the first Knight of Ren, the Sith cult that Kylo Ren led in the sequel trilogy. It was in the design of the character, as well as knowing we're going to introduce Darth PLagueis, who has to end up with Palpatine as his apprentice, following the rule of two, a precept that limited the Sith to just two at any given time, a master and apprentice. One way to keep it going if the stranger is the first Knight of Ren, part of a Sith-adjacent cult we know eventually survives. This was actually one of the many fan theories that did the rounds during the series and would certainly have been an interesting way to connect the High Republic era to the sequel trilogy, while also giving fans some more backstory on the Knights of Ren, who we learned so little about in The Force Awakens, Last Jedi, and The Rise of Skywalker. And the Acolyte investigating this. Okay. All right. John back yet? Yep, he's back. Okay. So you hear this, and as far as, well, where was the thing about PLagueis? I didn't see any more about PLagueis. Is there PLagueis on the bottom? Where was that was, I guess that was it, just the fact that he showed up. Okay. So I'll be honest, it's like I didn't really love those plans.
Yeah, I was just gonna say the same thing, bro.
Oh, I love talking to you guys about Ridge wallets. I mean, I've talked to you about Ridge wallets before, and if you haven't heard it, well, I'm going to tell you again because they're awesome. They're so good. I used to have that big clunky wallet. Now it's a lot easier. Everything just fits together. Who wants that big, giant, crusty leather brick falling apart? It stinks. What's great about these is that they're unique. They're slim. It's got a modern design that holds up to 12 cards plus cash. For me, I've got the New York Giants one. Yeah, tough season, but hey, got a good quarterback. And it just looks cool. There's over 50 plus colors and there's styles to choose from. Like I said, I got the Giants one. It's great. It's got over 100,000 five-star reviews. You know, the other thing is when you lose your wallet, it's like Panic City. But the good news, with the Ridge AirTag attachment, you'll always know exactly where it is before the panic mode kicks in. No matter what your pick is, Ridge has free shipping, 99-day risk-free trial, and a lifetime warranty on all of their products. So for a limited time only, our listeners will get 10% off a Ridge. You got to use that code Kristian at checkout. You got to head on over to ridge.com, use the code Kristian, and you're all set. Now, after you're going to get one, and you will get one, they're going to ask you, hey, where'd you hear about us? You say, Kristian Harloff told us about it. Support the show. Tell them that we sent you. The Knights of Ren were supposed to be designed, at least, this again shows you once again they don't pay attention to any of the books. The books make no, the books will be canon until they're not.
Yeah.
In the books, the Knights of Ren started to form after Vader died because they were putting together this cult of trying to bring back the Sith and this whole thing. And that's how the Knights of Ren started. They didn't start back then because that would make no sense. They were around the same time You've got Plagueis training Palpatine in the the shadows, and then there's this renegade group that is pretty powerful. That'd be pretty stupid, to be honest with you. So I'm glad that didn't happen. I still think they can use Plagueis. I think that they'll be scared to do it. And I'll say it, I've been saying it for 10 years, and I'll say it again.
Yeah.
If they realize that they actually have books that they could use, they could say, let's get a screenwriter to adapt the James Luceno book. And it's harder to run a full 2-hour movie with the main focus being villains. It's just hard to do.
Yeah.
You don't really see it much in movies, but in TV, very easy to do. Or not, I shouldn't say easy to do, but more commonly done, right? And if you did a mini series, one season of the Plagueis novel by James Luceno, you could easily bring back the best version of Plagueis and really tie it all in together. So I'm glad that this didn't happen. I think that Comic Book Movie was exaggerating a little bit when they said there's a major outcry for people who want. There was some people who liked the series, but I think most people most people don't even know this. The casual don't even know this show even existed.
Yeah. And these plans feel like more down the road of what they. And now, am I gone again?
Oh, no, you're here. You're here. Okay. Oh wait, but why is it on me?
No, I was just wondering. But no, it just feels like these are interesting ideas, right? But nothing that's necessarily that groundbreaking. And so you go, okay, well, the first Knights of Ren, but again, that would just feel like retconning. Look, we messed this up in the sequel trilogy. Now we're going to give it a little more weight. And Star Wars does have a history doing this. Certainly, I think the people reappraise Anakin because of the Clone Wars, which is understandable. But like you look at something like this and you go, like, it was already kind of a middling start. Could this have been badass? Sure. But you look at how the first season went down and how many cooks got in that kitchen. And I think they would have squeezed it to death all over again if they had gone forward with this, because I think Leslie has the instinct wanted to go dark with this. He wanted to go maybe Andor like dark in its approach, but Filoni, other people got involved. And I know that from sources that turned this thing around into what we got. And so there's no belief that if Leslie had been able to do a second season, it would have turned out any different or any better, I don't think, because those same people are still in power and would have gotten involved with it and would have shaved down the darkness of it all. So would you want to have seen a second season where you see a Lifetime channel approach to the darkness of the Sith with the Acolyte? Oh, sorry, with Plagueis and with the Stranger? I would not have wanted to see a second season with that kind of approach to the darkness of the Sith. So
it's the first responsible thing Lucasfilm has done with this brand
to cancel this season.
Yes, because when you keep getting the inflated $240 million through 30 million, you can't greenlight a second, especially when it's like, if the audience loves it, you're like, well, we spent a lot of money on it, but they love it. Yeah, and everyone's talking about it. If they came back and they go, you know what, it was a lot of money, but we're doing Andor season 3. We didn't think we were going to do it, but we're doing Andor season 3. We're like, we get it. We understand why you're doing it. This would make no sense except to be stubborn. Yeah, it wouldn't. You've got like a pocket of people who love it. There are people who love this show, but it's a pocket. You can't run a business that way. You've got to say, all right, let's back to the drawing board. Let's do something else. And I think that, if you did, once again, I'm sorry that I'm repeating the same thing, but if you did that novel and you adapted it in a way like a style of a Tony Gilroy type show, you'd get, from the way that James Luceno wrote that book, I am very confident that you would get the same kind of response that you did with Andor. If you shot it that way and you really made hour-long episodes, again, these are 25, 30-minute episodes of characters you just didn't care about. Most of them were morons. You and I said it, we're blue in the face. They also made a very huge error in not having Daphne Keane be the star of that show. Yeah, she should have been the star of the show from start to finish. The twin storyline was the stupidest thing they could have ever done. It should have just been Daphne Keane the whole time with Saul and the back and forth there, and keep Manny in there and condense it a bit. But they dropped the ball in this show. Big time.
And I see some people, and it's fair to look at Leslie Headland's writing, but I would encourage you to look at Russian Doll. The writing
Right.
there is fantastic on that series, the 2 seasons. And so clearly other people got involved, and you're not inspired to write really well if if you have to redo some scenes because people get involved that don't follow
Yeah.
along with the vision
Look at
and ask
Indiana
them to write
Jones. Look at the last
scenes. Yeah.
Indiana Jones.
Yeah, yeah,
Look
yeah.
at Logan. Look at Ford versus Ferrari, and then look at the last Indiana Jones.
Yeah,
Clearly, there's something going on.
yeah, it's frustrating. It's
Yeah.
so frustrating. Just let creators create.
Yeah.
Just let creators create, man. It's
Or
frustrating.
or hire somebody else. And I like they did.
Yeah, yeah.
Like they did with what's his face, Gareth Edwards, right?
Right, for Rogue One. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's the only one that really played ball this way through because
Yeah.
it's so funny. The point that I always make is that if anybody ever says that Gareth Edwards was the sole director of Rogue One, like, well, why didn't he direct Andor?
Yeah, and I will show you the creator, which to me wasn't
right. Why was he nowhere near it? With if they decided to do a Rogue One spinoff with Andor, why did they go to Tony Gilroy and not even approach Edwards?
Yeah, why wouldn't they have Edwards direct 1 or 2 of the episodes?
Nothing.
Especially
He's like
middle those. Yeah,
he goes, I'm good. He's like, he did the smartest thing ever. He stepped back, is do what you want to do. It's yours, whatever, fine, whatever you want me to do. I'll do a cameo in Last Jedi also for you. Why not? And then takes a break, and now he directed another big, huge movie with Jurassic World. Just played ball. He's a play ball guy. That's his career. He's a play ball guy.
Yeah.
So anyway, all right, that's it.
Right.
So what do you guys think about this? Do you think that maybe they should have gone ahead with season 2? Do you disagree with myself and John? Put your thoughts in there. Let us know what you think.